According to the experts, this time is different. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update. And first of all, Lashana Tova, Happy New Year to all of my friends who celebrate the Jewish New Year. Great to be here with you as always. And of course, listening to some of the news today, I heard that, well, it doesn't matter that we have gazillions of dollars of margin debt. It doesn't matter that we have so much debt. The markets are different this time. And this is the human brain, the bubble brain. And of course, that's what happens as we continue to go higher, as markets continue to push, the greed factor plays in. This time is exactly as it is every other time. And again, we don't know when this bubble will pop, but there is somebody sticking out there with a pin, waiting to give it a little pop. When? It could be tomorrow, it could be next year. There is no way to know when that is going to happen, but there are certainly some warning signs right now, and that would include the way the markets are diverging right now. As you saw, today's action had the Dow lower, the S&P flat, and the NASDAQ all over the place, along with the Russell. So again, we're not going to go out on the limb and make a prediction here, but certainly the action is much more bearish as we start to get away from the actual patterns of the market. And we would certainly be looking for a spot to sell now. We expected today to be slow, and it was slow from a trading standpoint, but there was a lot of what we call whip in the market. We went up and down, up and down, up and down, and had some wide swings, but there isn't a lot of action there. The volatility index continued to fall, which means there's a lot of complacency out there. I guess the New Year's resolution is to have more complacency. So we saw the VIX fall lower. But at the end of the day, okay, we're going to see how the markets trade out. Tomorrow, again, should probably be slow, again, as it would be the second day of the Jewish New Year. So we'll see how that plays out. We've got a big day on Thursday with the ECB making that, Super Mario and his things coming out. So we'll see how that plays out. But in the meantime, the Dow was down a little bit. The S&P was up. The NASDAQ was up. The Russell was kind of flattish. But again, there is no way to know. There's not much going on here in general. We're still seeing that the tech stocks here have been under pressure. Apple was lower. Amazon was lower. So we're seeing a lot of reasons to believe that there is some pressure on it. As you watch some of these markets compress, oil tried to make a run up on a rally early, sold off, was down in the day. Gold tried to rally, tried to sell off. In the meantime, it's getting so tight that there's a huge move coming in gold. We would expect that to be higher. The dollar was a little bit weaker today, but certainly not very bad, and still holding that great support level. Excuse me. The overall picture is that interest rates are starting to rise, although the bond futures were a little higher today. They weren't higher by much. So we're going to see higher interest rates. We're going to see a stronger dollar. And that, again, remains to be what we're considering to be our black swan event. Bitcoin is under a little bit of pressure as we continue to go through. But overall, we think Bitcoin is a play. And, of course, if we look at the grain markets, wheat, as we wrote over the weekend, was going to pop. And it was up 17 cents today. Soybeans were up a little bit, came back late. And corn was up just a shade. The meats were a little bit mixed, but everything in the ag space looks really solid and really good. And this is the spot that I think we want to get our money into right now is the agricultural, soybeans, corn, wheat, and the meats, especially hogs right now. They have definitely, in our opinion, have put in the bottom. But again, we don't want to try to outguess or outsmart the market. We want to wait and let the market give us the best clue that it can, and that is what we would call a solid footprint that will show up in the markets as they're ready. We don't want to be first, and we want to catch the market when it's going to make that trend. And we believe that the next trend will be the downside. I think there is some recession fears out. You've got far too much jubilation on things that we shouldn't be celebrating. Massive amounts of debt, margin debt, credit card debt, student loan debt. So there's a lot of things happening here that don't make sense to the overall economy. So we're going to have to continue to watch. But again, after tomorrow, we should start to see possibly a little bit more action. We've got one more holiday, which is Yom Kippur, a week from Wednesday. But you've got the ECB on Thursday, which could create some movement. And we are looking for an opportunity to take a short position in this market. Right now, we'd like to be long gold, short oil, short the indexes, long the dollar, and long the ag space. That's how I would look at it from a big overview. That's the way I see it. This is Bubba's Daily Update. Todd Bubba Horwitz. And of course, don't forget about our high school investing program, highschoolinvesting.com. If you'd like to help us out, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Also, don't forget to catch the Bubba Show each and every day at libertytalk.fm, 4 to 5 Eastern. And once again, I want to wish all my friends who celebrate Lashana Tova, Happy New Year. And tonight is Monday Night Football. 2 games going. We like the Detroit Lions, but we really like the LA Rams. That's how I see it. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bubba's Daily Update.